You know how many houses, how many low-income houses in Barbados $200 million could have built? They built 6 and said they have another 9 on the ground being laid out. They know, but they're about trying to finish pavilions because the Sports Council had to advance money to them to do the pavilions. They have run out of money again. They put in a new general manager, and then they say that the general manager was put in there. The decision to appoint him was prior to what I said at Hardwood. Now, almost every morning I go to the gas station opposite the yacht club because my office is near there. I usually go to buy a saltfish patty. And then I go to the office and eat it. That's why I told Patrick Gollop tonight that any weight I put on is as a result of food. I don't know about his weight, but I know about mine. And I go into that gas station, and up to 3 weeks ago, the gentleman who is now general manager at Hardwood Factory was still working and managing the gas station there opposite the yacht club. And he told me Simpson Motors wants to take it over through Sol Gas, and he's looking around for a way to get out of the contract. That was only 3 weeks ago. But the chairman said that since September of this year, if not before, they were looking for a general manager for that company. I hope that everybody's qualifications have been included. I am not a prohibited immigrant in Barbados. My parents are Barbadians, and nobody can write prohibited immigrant on my passport. But I assume if anybody has prohibited immigrant written on their passport, that they would disclose it up front. I ain't dealing with that tonight. I want to respond tonight about the blatant lies and deception by Mayor Motley. When I saw the order paper for last week, there was a resolution brought by Motley on Hardwood housing. And you would have read a story by Albert Branford again. Contrary to the laws in Barbados, the Parliamentary Privileges and Immunities Act, saying that somebody was going to force my hand as a member of Parliament, elected and duly so by the people of St. John, to do something in Parliament. I haven't brought it before the Committee of Privileges yet, but I want to say to you that you don't have to fear. There is a law in Barbados that stops anybody from forcing any member of Parliament either to do or say anything that he or she does not want to do or say. So when you see some of those Labour Party hypocrites in there getting up and saying things, technically they are not supposed to be influenced by anybody else, but very often they are. And you would have heard the speech here by Chris Sinclair tonight. But the point at the end of the day is that I went into Parliament and I saw that she brought a resolution which was to force my hand. I arrived in Parliament and the sitting was immediately suspended. I went through the back door. The press was there and got a picture of me going in Parliament when it was in the back door. They tried to give the impression I was next to Owen Arthur, but he didn't see him and he didn't see me. If anything, he is the backdoor man, not me. And he has a lot of backdoor operatives around him as well. Anyway, I went to Parliament and they suspended the sitting. And those wicked charlatans in the Barbados Labour Party want to give the impression that they suspended the sitting because of me. But I had not even given notice of my resolution yet. You know why they suspended the sitting?
Tell me.
The two files that were to come down to deal with the matters that they wanted to deal with had not yet come down. And Mia Motley called me behind the speaker's chair, but I ain't going behind there again, not after what I heard tonight. Chris Hickler said there are two things that you should be afraid of when she's around. The teeth and the tongue. I went behind the chair and she said, David, these things didn't come down, so we got to suspend for an hour. I have never heard in the history of Barbados the House of Assembly being suspended because an incompetent leader of the House did not have the relevant files down there to deal with matters. What were the two matters? A very simple and straightforward amendment to the Evidence Act and a piece of legislation about the castration of dogs. So they carried the Evidence Act up to lunchtime. I gave the clerk a letter for the speaker enclosing the two resolutions, and I decided it's a waste of my time. I spent an hour sitting down around here already, and I left at lunchtime because they told me they were dealing with the castration of dogs. Now those subjects don't appeal to people like me. I understand that Jerome Walcott had he had an effervescent speech to deliver. They said that was the highlight of his political career, but it is not mine. And those who got an orgasm over that debate, I was not one of them. She then said to me behind the speaker's chair, you know, she said, well, you know, I brought a resolution on Hardwood, but we can't debate that because if we debate that, it means that the no confidence motion gone through the window. I said, well, that doesn't bother me. You do what you have to do. I'm not interested in that. I said, in any event, I will not be here on Friday. Even if I had given notice, they could not have had it on the order paper by Friday because you have to give 3 clear days notice. But she was walking around giving people the impression that the no confidence motion would have been debated last Tuesday, and then again it would have been debated last Friday, and that my absence had something to do with that. But the notice would never have been adequate enough for it to be debated on Friday. So let's understand that. You know what she told me? You're right, she's wicked.
Yeah. She's wicked.
No. She said, well, I won't be here either. That's what she said to me. But that didn't bother me because I do not take dictation from anybody in the Barbados Labour Party. I've been House of Assembly for 20 years, 5 elections.